Hey, Rick here at MathLight, and I want to talk to you today about the aspect of teaching kids how to add positive and negative numbers. And as you know, positive and negative numbers are going to come up all the time in their math, just constantly. And so it's important that we lay a firm foundation. Well, I've been teaching for 30 years. This is my 31st year. And all the way back to that first year, here's been the definition or the way it's been taught as to how to add positive and negative numbers. Take the absolute value of the quantity with the most and subtract from it the absolute value of the quantity with the least, and then give the sign of the one with the most. Now, I don't know about you, but students can memorize that. Students can memorize what to do, but quite honestly, they have no earthly idea what it means. Now, they can do it, but they don't have any clue on what's actually going on. And really, as you know, positive and negative numbers comes up all the time in math. They've got to understand it. And so what I try to do is I try to teach them exactly what's going on. So it takes the idea and the concept of opposite numbers, and then it takes the concept of thinking of positives as that amount of positives and negatives as that amount of negatives. So I've got an example here, right? I got -3 plus 5. So you get 3 negatives and 5 positives. And that's the way I present it to my students. It's just 3 negatives and 5 positives. Now, we would have already talked about opposite numbers, and I simply explained to them, hey, these 3 negatives wipe out 3 of the positives, right? Because -3 and +3 is 0. And so the 3 negatives wiped out 3 of the positives, and what do we have left? And whatever we have left, it's the solution. Well, obviously, there's 2 positives left. What's the solution? +2. You know, if you'll take the time to lay a foundation here, then your students will understand the concepts, and later on they'll be able to apply it in all the varying situations. And just to give you a clue and idea of what happens when the numbers get larger, so I spend a day or so with this concept trying to get them to understand. And then maybe you run into a problem like this. Maybe we've got -77, and let's say plus, we'll make it easy, 17. So again, the thought now is to teach the students, look, because of these, the 17 positives wiped out 17 of these 77 negatives. So how many are left? Well, it's easy to figure how many are left. Start at 17 and count to 77. That's 60. There's 60 left. Solution is -60. And really, honestly, isn't that what's going on? Of course it is. And so teaching them that amount of positives, that amount of negatives is a way to help your students understand exactly what's going on, and it'll carry over and it'll help them in all the rest of their math. These are the kinds of things we try to help you with here at MathLight.